Hi, my name is Marisol, and this is my vlog. Okay, so it has been a while since I've done one. Longer than it should have been, and I'm sorry I failed. But for hopefully reasons that you'll forgive me for. So last weekend I was packing because I'm moved, and the weekend before that I was on a cruise ship, so I wasn't really able to get one of these done. In retrospect, I should have just filmed one when we were on vacation, but it happens. Okay, so since the last time I talked to you, a lot of things have happened. The first thing after last time was I went back home, so I left, and then I got home and I unpacked some of my stuff, and then I packed for the cruise, and then we left for the cruise. So we drove down to Texas and we took 2 days to do that, and we got to visit my aunt while we were down there, and then we got on a cruise ship and we went on a 5-day cruise. So it was a lot of fun. It was a good chance to just spend time as family and relax a little bit and just not have to worry about all of the craziness and busyness that we knew was coming. So we had 2 days at sea that were really fun, and one of the days we went to tea time, which was really cool to get to sit and enjoy tea on a cruise ship. And I got to try a lot of really good food. Yeah, that's my favorite part about a cruise, honestly, is that the food is super good. And it's really fun to sit down at the nice dining table and have all these silverware that you don't know what to do with, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. And we had 2 ports of call. So the first one was Progresso, and I got henna, which is fading quite a bit, but I've never done that before and I always wanted to, so that was kind of fun. And what we did in Progresso was we went to some Mayan ruins. So we went to Uxmal, and we got to walk around in a Mayan ruin and see different pyramids and see a lot of the different architecture and things around there. And we even got to climb one. And there were iguanas everywhere, like everywhere. There were just so many iguanas. The other really cool thing about that place was the very first pyramid was set up so that if you clapped your hands, the echo would bounce off of the pyramid and then make the sound of one of the local birds, which was really, really neat. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. And then our other port was Cozumel, and in Cozumel we went on a snorkeling excursion. So we got to snorkel in 3 different places, and we were on this tiny little boat, so there were only 11 people, and we got to swim around and follow our guide and see all sorts of things. So we saw sea stars, and we saw a couple rays and a lot of different little fish, and we also saw a barracuda, and we even saw a sea turtle, which I thought was really awesome. So it was a really fun trip, and it was a really good chance to take a break as a family. And then we got to drive again, and so we drove to my aunt's house and we stayed in Dallas, and then we drove back. And then I had 2 days to pack, which is why I didn't do one of these this past weekend. So I spent 2 days packing, and I got pretty much everything I own packed, and we crammed it into our minivan, and then we had a little like graduation party, goodbye party thing at church on Sunday, and then me and my mom and dad left and drove across the country to Michigan in 3 vehicles, which was kind of an interesting time to try to keep track of each other, and especially because I didn't really know where I was going, which I know I need to learn because if I ever have to drive it by myself. Oh, which reminds me, also, since last time I talked, my computer screen was fixed, so I now have a beautiful computer screen with no cracks in it and a screen protector on it. So hopefully no more bad things will happen. The other thing that happened that I'm really excited about is I got a new phone. And, oh, upside down. My case is hilarious. And I'm really, really happy about this. It's really, really nice. So that's the other thing that happened since last time I talked to you. And yeah, so, and I moved. Oh yeah, not a big deal or anything. Yeah, so we spent all day yesterday moving, well, pretty much all day yesterday, moving my stuff into my apartment and unpacking boxes and stuff, and then we went to IKEA and got a new bed frame, so I got a lofted bed frame so I can save some room, and then I had a new desk that we had to set up, and I got a new closet, like wardrobe thing that we had to set up, so we spent quite a bit of money at IKEA. And then we got some other things at Target, so I'm not staying in my apartment quite yet because there are boxes and things everywhere, so I'm staying with my grandparents for now and with my mom and dad and just kind of visiting family on this side of the state, and then later on this week I will officially move into my apartment and sleep there and start to get adjusted to Ann Arbor and get to know things. And I bought season tickets for football, which I'm really, really excited about. So I'm sure you will hear all sorts of things about that later on. But I think that's it. Basically, I drove across the state of Iowa, unpacked, I packed, we drove down across to Texas and got on a cruise ship and went to Mexico. We drove back across Texas to Iowa, I unpacked and packed everything, and then we drove across to Michigan, and then we stayed for a night, and then we drove across the state of Michigan, moved all my stuff in, drove back, and then now we're here. So that was essentially my last 2 weeks in a nutshell, and it's been kind of crazy and insane. So I'm sorry I didn't get one of these done sooner and that this one is a little bit longer because of that. But that's what's been happening in my life, and I will talk to you next week. Well, probably more like this coming weekend since I'm behind, and it will be from my new apartment, and hopefully there will be some new adventures, and I will tell you all about that. Bye!